Bayern Munich have been bullying the Bundesliga for decades. From 2013 to 2023, they won 11 league titles in a row, constantly signing their rivals' best players and basically turning German football into a one-club league. But what if Bayern Munich had a true rival? A club that could match their ambition, challenge their dominance, and bring balance back to German football? Well, there actually used to be one. 1860 Munich, a forgotten giant of German football. But now in 2025, they're literally stuck in the third division of German football. And just look at the state of this team. The only thing they've got in common with Bayern is the city they're based out of. But that is why I'm signing this contract right here to become the next 1860 Munich manager. Our goal will be to get 1860 Munich in the same division as Bayern, compete for the Bundesliga, and maybe even win the Champions League over them. But as I said, our team is horrendous. And one thing you guys know about the Bundesliga, anytime Bayern sees talent, they're gonna poach them. And that's what's gonna happen to us. Every season, any offer we get from Bayern Munich, we must accept, and this rule will be applicable until we beat them to the league title. Okay guys, one good thing, we don't really have to worry about any interest from Bayern Munich in the early seasons because our team is so freaking bad. For now, we've actually just got to forget about becoming a rival to Bayern Munich. The goal will be to just get out of the German third division, get 1860 Munich promoted to the second division. Let's just focus on that one goal. But man, it's gonna be a grind. Look at the state of our budget, just 1.7 million. I'm pretty sure Bayern spends more than this on probably the wages of one of their bench players. This challenge is definitely gonna be a grind, so you guys better sit back, get yourself some popcorn. Might be a good time for you guys to subscribe to the channel as well. That would be amazing. But okay, my first plan here is to maybe figure out a tactical system, at least get the existing players we've got in a good system that works. And I do want to go with the formation that German football is really known for, the 4-2-3-1 wide. Instantly, this reminds me of like prime Bayern Munich with Robben and Ribery on either side. Of course, we're not going to have those kind of players, but this is the system I want to play. And normally I go with tactics with having like a high line. I don't think we can do that here in 1860 Munich. We've got to be self-aware of what we have, and a more of a counter-attacking approach just makes sense. I've now assembled basically our best 11, and actually they all fit really well in this new 4-2-3-1 formation, especially Kevin Volland. I do remember he played for Bayer Leverkusen before. He's kind of fallen off to a 70 overall, but at 32, I think he should be able to give us maybe 1 or 2 good seasons. The experience could help, but we do have quite a few other older players like this 34-year-old striker, a few older players on the bench, and I'm thinking maybe selling all of them except Kevin Volland could be a really good way to generate some cash. And oh man, it feels like we've got everybody walking out of the club. But I think, boys, it was the right move because look at the cash we've got now, 4.5 million, and I still maybe have 1 or 2 players I can sell. But with this money, we can make some serious improvements. Although we're gonna eat through that money so quickly because we've got coaches to hire. In lower divisions, they can be so freaking expensive, but we know how important coaches are for growing our players. And just like that, we've spent over 1.5 million. And look at this, boys, a lot of our players want new contracts, and I think it's important we first get this sorted before we even try and bring in new players. And oh man, look at that. Pretty much our entire squad will become a free agent next season if we don't do this. I think with some smooth negotiation, we won't have to really increase wages by that much. But yeah, with signing bonuses and all, it is gonna cost. Okay, thankfully, those renewals didn't really cost all that much. The question now is, how do we spend our money? I think our team desperately needs some quality in the attack, but with the budget we've got, we'll barely be able to find any talent. And don't forget, since we're in Division 3, we're only allowed to sign Division 3 players. But hang on a minute, we could take a look in EFL League 1. You bet there's going to be some solid talent in that league. And well, I did find Kian Ashford, a Welsh right midfielder. Bro's giving me future Gareth Bale vibes, and I think we could get him for really cheap. He's only 20. But then I'm thinking, spending so much money for a 63 rated player, I think better than that would be just going all in on the youth academy in the first season, just seeing what kind of talents we can find. Because all it takes is maybe 1 or 2 supreme talents, and they could end up carrying 1860 Munich all the way to the Bundesliga. But yeah, even scouts are expensive, and you guys know how valuable a good scout is. I think it's going to be worth signing a 4-star, 3-star scout, 900k. We can now run 2 scouting projects. Let's send 1 scout to Germany, probably to find the next best defensive player, because I think German football is kind of known for that. And the kind of mid-scout that we've got, maybe we'll send him somewhere around Germany, like Netherlands. Wouldn't mind a Dutch attacker at all. I think in this first season, we've just got to ignore results. Maybe even even promotion won't be on the cards because there's no way we can improve this team. Our focus is going to be to just find the best talents possible, and I guess the real project will begin in Season 2. End of Season 1, and I was expecting us to be bottom of the league because all we did in this first season was focus on scouting new talents, which, by the way, has gone down pretty darn well. Like, I mean, look at the ballers we've managed to scout with crazy potential, but we'll talk about them later because what's really surprising is that we finished third in the league. We literally didn't make any transfers in Season 1, but now straight away we've got a chance to get promoted to Bundesliga 2. And you know what? We gotta give Kevin Volland some credit. He's the only veteran we didn't sell, and he came through with the goods, man. 12 goals, and he can now be the cult hero that helps us get promoted to Bundesliga 2. Oh, come on, we lost. But okay, there is a second leg, which if we make a comeback in, we're gonna get ourselves promoted. The moment of truth, and no. To be honest, just making it in the playoffs without making a single signing was a big achievement in itself, and that kind of shows that the squad we've already got here, the level is pretty good. With a few signings here and there, we should be able to get that promotion. But for Season 2, we've got another whole problem. So many of our players just refuse to renew their contracts, including 19-year-old youngsters, man. They just don't believe in the project. But maybe this is where all the effort we put in scouting youth academy talents is going to come through. We've got Carl Westphal, a left back, 62 rated. Then there's Fabio Moro with the crazy afro, already 60 overall. And we know that the afro in FIFA gives like an aura boost.
What is he doing here?
But yo, Sasha Stark's potential is absolutely ridiculous. 87 to 93. But there's an even better player here in Malte Funk. 89 to 94 potential. Okay, wait, he's 5 foot. Oh, that's because the kid is 14. Okay, this is one player we're just going to have to keep in the academy. Let him grow here. But I think he's going to become absolutely ridiculous. Oh, he's already 56 at the age of 14, man. In a couple of seasons when we promote him, he's going to be insane. But I feel like everybody else, we just got to straight up promote to the first team. Try and maybe incorporate them into the starting 11 to replace all the players leaving. And all right, for Season 2, we've got this kid Van Dijk playing in the right mid position. He's Dutch. He's got the Van Dijk name, so I know he's going to be good. Maybe he's Virgil van Dijk's son. Who knows? The other academy players like Stark, Mora, they're not good enough really to become starters, but they're going to play key parts on the bench. But we do have a massive problem here. All our goalkeepers have left. And for some reason, our striker Hawkin, he's stuck in the goalkeeper position. I literally can't substitute him out of there. Bro, we've got to save him from being in net by just signing goalkeepers. In fact, there's a lot of transfers we need to do. Good thing is, though, the budget has gone up massively. I guess the fact that we finished third in the league last year, the board is backing us a little bit more. 4.7 million. Also, I don't think we got to worry about Bayern Munich stealing our players. The focus for now is this time getting the job done and promoted to Bundesliga 2. Now, it's kind of obvious since we don't have any other goalkeepers at the club. We got to sort that out first. But again, it is a bit challenging since we're only allowed to sign players from Division 3. So our only options are EFL League 1 or Bundesliga 3. Now, wait a minute. What's a 71 rated goalkeeper doing in the 3rd division of Germany? Elias Betke. Potential's there as well, and the kid is only 23. Contract expiring in 12 months too. But despite that, he's gonna wipe out most of our budget. Well, I managed to sign him for 3.3 million, which does mean signing another player is gonna be really darn difficult. But to be fair though, I think having a 71 rated goalkeeper in the ranks, that is what's gonna get us promoted to Bundesliga 2. Also, we kind of do need a backup goalkeeper as well, but I don't want to spend too much, so I'm looking at this free agent Leo Opperman, 62 rated. He's awful, but hey, at least we got him for free. Not gonna lie though, just the goalkeeper I don't think is gonna be enough to get us promoted. I think we do need a better striker, probably a cam to replace Kevin Volland because he's only going down in his overall. But right now we're just about 1.2 million in the bank. We really can't do much, but I'm thinking we could make a bold play. The academy boys, only Van Dijk is starting so far, but what if we figured out a way to make Stark, Mora, as well as Westphal just all starters, just throwing them into the team? What we could do then is potentially sell the experienced players, generate some cash, and use that to invest it elsewhere. I think that's the play because then our academy players will get more game time and grow more. And oh man, once again, I'm selling a lot of experienced players, including probably one of our highest rated players, Jesper Verlaat, 68 rated centre-back, but the guy is 30. 1.25 million could go so long for us right now. Now, the funny thing is I sold like 5 or 6 players, but we're still only up to 4.3 million. That's because our players were anywhere worth barely anything. But anyways, we could do a big job with the 4.3 million. 2 areas particularly where we need to make really good improvements, the cam spot as well as the striker spot. The one major problem that we still have is we can only sign from third division clubs. Looking at the prices of strikers, I think we can only improve one position, because I found Oscar Wilhelmsson, the Swedish striker, 70 rated, 22 years old. Bro, he's giving me Isak and Gyökeres vibes. And I think we would rather sign one really good player than a couple of average players. And that's why I think going all in for Oscar Wilhelmsson might be the play. 3.8 million. And I cannot stress just how big this signing is going to be for us. To bring in a 70 rated striker, as well as a 71 rated goalkeeper in the same window, plus all the youth academy talents we've got coming in. Now, hang on a minute. I've just managed to pull off another player sale, and that puts us up to 1 million euros. Now, still, that kind of money is not enough to get us a good attacking midfielder, but I think we could use that money on the youth academy just to find an attacking midfielder. I think being super hyper-focused might get us a good talent really quickly, and I'm thinking let's go Spain. The only thing we're going to try to find is a cam. I'll say academy-wise, things are going really well for us. We've already got Malte Funk in here, one of our highest potential players. Hopefully, we'll find a cam soon. But on the pitch this season, I need the academy boys that have been promoted to deliver as well. We're putting a lot of faith in them. Also, Wilhelmsson, we went all in on you. I need the goals. Let's see if we can this time get the job done and get ourselves promoted to Bundesliga 2. Wait a minute, have we just won the league? Yes, we have, and by a 17-point margin. 1860 Munich have just destroyed the Bundesliga 3. I'm struggling to figure out how we pull this off, and maybe it's because our goalkeeper, Elias Petke, what a signing he's turned out to be. Up to a 76 overall. Bro, we literally went all in by signing him for under 4 million. And look at him now. He's worth almost 8 million. The Swedish striker we signed, Wilhelmsson, he's up to a 73. And he scored 18 goals. But funnily enough, he wasn't our top scorer. That goes to Kevin Volland. At the age of 34, you cannot count experience out. And bro, we needed Kevin Volland to deliver, because with the academy, I just couldn't find a new cam. Sadly, though, this is going to be Volland's final season for us. His contract's expiring. It's time to say goodbye. The good thing, though, is that I did find a decent-ish cam. 15-year-old Fabian Gutierrez. He's only 54 overall, though, so I would like to just keep him in the academy for a while. But at least we have a player for the future. Talking about the future, though, the reason we secured promotion was also the growth from all our academy boys. Look at Mora, 66 rated center back now. Stark is up to 67. The growth all round has been insane, but also our journey with 1860 Munich is only going to get more difficult. We've only completed our first objective so far, promotion to Bundesliga 2. But there's still a long road ahead for us to get into the same division as Bayern Munich. Season 3, and we are in Bundesliga 2, and as crazy as it sounds, I think we've got the tools to possibly get directly promoted, and that's because we've got two of the most important positions in our team sorted out. Petke in goal, who's insane. Wilhelmsson up top sorts out the striker position. All we need to do is figure out the midfield and the defense. To be honest, the major decision has got to be the cam spot. We need someone to replace Kevin Volland. Funnily enough, he somehow agreed to renew his contract, and that too a pretty big one, 3-year deal. I guess that's good, but I don't think we can depend on Volland to be our starter. Even Gutierrez is still 15 and he's only 54, so I can't trust him to be our starting cam just yet. Now, our budget is 4.7 million. I was expecting a bit more since we got promoted. And now that we're a second division club, we can sign players from the Segunda division in Spain. And I really like this kid, Ali Huari from Elche, 21 years old, 69 rated cam. It took us a couple of seasons, but for 3 million, we finally got our Kevin Volland replacement. Man, the lack of funds is now proving to be the biggest challenge here at 1860 Munich, because we've got just 1.4 million left, and that too after just making one transfer. And a chunk of this money is going to go into hiring like new scouts. I think for season 3, this is the best we can do. Now, we could promote Malte Funk, one of our highest potential players in the academy, but I think he's only 16, and there's more room for him to just grow while being in the academy, especially in that height, because he's now 5'5". Surely we can get him to like a 5'8" by the time he's 17, but if we promote him now, stupidly enough, his height will just get locked. I still think, though, that we've got a team that can fight for promotion, especially if we can see some solid growth once again. End of the season, and I told you we were going to be in a promotion battle. Although we finished 4th, which isn't too bad. I mean, for a newly promoted club to straight away be among the top 5 or 6 teams is incredible. Now, initially, I thought 4th place also gets a playoff spot, but the Bundesliga works a bit differently. Only the 3rd place team gets to play the playoff game, which is kind of frustrating because I really thought we had a shot to get promoted, but I honestly don't mind staying another season in the 2nd division. The moment we get promoted to the Bundesliga, you know the limelight's going to be on our team. Bayern Munich are then going to try and steal our players. But right now, we can can just focus on developing our squad without Bayern troubling us. Because, bro, already I'm worried about Betke. He's up to an 80 overall. You know the minute we get to the Bundesliga, Bayern are going to try and make him the next Neuer. But for now, boys, staying under the radar is working well. Look at Jason Van Dijk, up to a 70 overall. He was also our top scorer this season. Wilhelmsen is up to a 77. Ali Houari is filling the boots of Kevin Volland, up to a 73. In fact, guys, all round there's been incredible growth. Now, isn't this a good way to kick off season 4? A transfer budget increase? Okay, what kind of an increase is this one? The 6.2 million? I don't think we're going to get any meaningful budgets until we make it to the Bundesliga. And to be honest, after finishing 4th last year, I really do feel like we could push to get into the top 3, maybe even the top 2. Especially because I think it's finally time to be promoting some of our academy players. Malte Funk, 17 years old now. The potential is insane. He's gone up to a 64. I think he's ready to be a starter. Fabian Gutierrez as well, just to be a squad player. But now the importance of promoting those youngsters is that, look at this. We put Funk in the starting 11. And now I'm cashing in on our experienced winger, Jacob. Now that only got us 1.4 million, but the budget's up to 7.4. With this, we can actually make some big signings. One thing's for sure, though, I am going to trust Funk in that left midfield position. Even though he's the lowest rated player, I know the potential's there. We'll focus on improving the rest of the squad. And right now, there are 2 spots we can really improve. One is the CDM position. The other one is right back. Well, if we're bringing in a CDM, then 23-year-old Amoako sounds really good. 73 overall, lot of potential. But here I was thinking we'd be able to make multiple signings this window. But nope, just to sign Amoako, it cost us 6 million. Okay, boys, Amoako is definitely upgraded our midfield. And I really think this lineup that we have is good enough to fight for promotion. Probably even finishing 1-2. But there's one area where we are lacking. We don't have a single backup striker. And if we don't fix that, we could be in trouble if any injuries happen. But we're down to our last 600k. And first thing I'm going to do, though, is sell Kevin Volland. I can't believe we've managed to secure 400k for him. His career was practically over. I don't know how we even managed to convince him to renew. But now is the perfect time for us to cash in. And that money should be good enough to sign this free agent, Jonah Niamik, who we've just found. 71 rated, 87 pace as well. Not gonna lie, for a bench player, he feels perfect. Now that is exactly what we needed. Automatic promotion to the Bundesliga. Second is where we finish. Couldn't win the league title like we won the Bundesliga 3, but we'll take it. From next season onwards, 1860 Munich is going to be in the same division as Bayern. Although that does have me a bit worried because now we're starting to have a few players that they might be interested in. Wilhelmsen up top is 80 rated now. Betke is 82. Because don't forget, every offer that comes from Bayern Munich, we've got to accept until we start finishing above them in the Bundesliga. But you know what, boys? Our team is starting to look prepared for the first division. My boy Funk is up to a 69. Houari is up to 76. Youngsters like Van Dijk, Stark, Westphal, Mora, they're all growing well. Again, if we get a big budget, which I don't know if we'll get or not because you guys know the board has been really stingy. But if we get a budget of like 15 to 20 mil, I reckon we can easily build a side that won't have to worry about relegation. We can focus on just moving up. All right, boys, we've made it to season 5 in the Bundesliga. But now it's time for the moment of truth. What is going to be our budget? Honestly, 22.4 million. That is more than I expected. The board is finally giving us money. And the fact that now we can sign even first division players, this could be big. Although I've just realized that even 22 million isn't really going to go far. We need to sign a centre-back, and I found this Aurel Amenda guy, a Swiss centre-back, 78 rated. And yup, after just this one signing that cost us 17.7 million, we're not really left with funds to sign other players. But yeah, I do feel like we needed to go all in for a centre-back, because if we can't defend in the Bundesliga, we're going to get cooked. At least now with the 78 rated centre-back, I feel like we can survive. Although I wanted to make so many more improvements, like a right-back, maybe a bit of an upgrade to the midfield. But I guess for our first season in the Bundesliga, we're going to have to just stick with this team. Actually, there could still be more surprises in case we get offers from Bayern Munich. And it could happen because I'm right now seeing offers coming in from Barcelona. Thankfully, though, they do not count for this rule. We can reject this offer. But if it's Bayern Munich coming in for our players, we're going to be cooked. So let's get through this window, hopefully unscathed. Fabio Mora has definitely been the player with the most demand. Even Inter want him now. Thankfully, it's not Bayern Munich. In fact, we haven't had a single offer come from them. But there's still a month left until the window shuts. Bro, we had a massive offer coming from Bayer Leverkusen for Oscar Wilhelmsen. Even Real Madrid want Mora. But we're lucky none of them are Bayern Munich, so we're safe. And now we've just got to survive deadline day. For some reason, Bayern Munich haven't noticed our talents. And yes, boys, we've gotten through the entire transfer window without a single offer from Bayern. We get to retain our squad, and it's time to see if we can survive the Bundesliga. Well, for our first season in the Bundesliga, I can't really complain about finishing 11th, comfortably away from the relegation zone. But still, it wasn't the best this season. We had a negative goal difference. The Bundesliga definitely is a whole nother level, and also the gap between us and Bayern Munich. I really don't know how we're going to get to their level and beat them for the title. Of course, since they finished above us this season, next season we're going to have to be wary about offers coming from them. And with the growth we've had on our players, Huari up to an 80, Wilhelmsen 83 now, I think I'm starting to get worried. Do you know what, guys? I really do appreciate this 1860 Munich board, because look at the budget they've given us. About 6 or 7 million more from last season. And that should finally be enough for me to get myself a right-back upgrade. Nicolo Savona playing for Nottingham Forest. 80 overall. And for 25.1 million, we've got a signature. I think this is our most expensive transfer yet. But again, it's a situation for us where we don't really have money for more than one signing. Although I think the team is still in a very good spot, as long as we get some growth. And of course, avoid Bayern Munich stealing one of our players. Once again, like last season, we're getting big offers from clubs like Borussia Dortmund, but nothing yet from Bayern Munich. That is a huge relief. Okay, we are now on transfer deadline day, and I still don't see offers from Bayern Munich. And that is another transfer window we've survived. Okay, we barely made progress compared to last season. In fact, we went backwards, finishing 12th, and we were only 6 points away from being in the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich at the top, just asserting their dominance. It's now been a couple of seasons of 1860 Munich in the Bundesliga. We've got to start pushing upwards. I mean, I don't really know what went wrong, because if you look at the overalls, our team should at least be finishing top 4. Because all our youth academy players, they've grown ridiculously well. Maybe we're leaking too many goals and we're lacking a superstar defender. But again, to make an upgrade in that department, we need funds. But this is bad, boys. Our budget has been reduced for Season 7. I mean, I'm not surprised because we did make progress last season. 22.7 million. It feels like we've hit kind of a roadblock where we're not really able to make more progress. Now, I do have a way to improve our defense, and it's going to be a bit risky, but it will only happen if we transfer list Amenda. He's worth about 20 million. Okay, wait, forget whatever I said. Everything is about to change because Bayern Munich are coming in for Jason Van Dijk. This changes every single plan I had. And it's done, boys. I literally had no choice. Jason Van Dijk is off to Bayern. They're doing what they do to all other Bundesliga clubs. They probably see a bit of Iron Robin in this kid. Now, at least we were able to get 95 million euros out of this. But I really don't know how we're going to replace a super talent like Jason Van Dijk that potentially had one of our highest rated players as well. But to be honest, I am starting to feel like that maybe we needed a transfer like that. We were literally going nowhere with this team. We had hit a roadblock. But now a big money sale like that has got us 106 million euros. And if we reinvest this right, I think we'll have a better team. Now, I think 2 areas where this money needs to go. One is a centre-back. The good thing is I don't think we'll need to sell Amenda now. We can keep him and just add another centre-back into the team. But also, we need a right midfielder. Now, this might be tricky to pull off, but I've got my eyes on Oscar Bob, 84 rated. Pretty sure he's mostly just been on the Man City bench. But I think someone like him would be a real upgrade. He's also higher rated than what Van Dijk was, so will be a bit of an upgrade. Now, I need to try and get a deal on this because we also want to sign a centre-back. So I'm going to go with a low ball offer. 40 million euros. And wow, they're willing to negotiate. I think we could get a deal done at 41. Okay, maybe 42, but it's looking likely. And that's it, boys. 42 million for Oscar Bob. But this is where this deal could fall apart, boys. Bob is earning 180k per week at Man City. I could maybe offer 130k, but that is just going in a crazy territory. I'm not sure if he'll even accept this offer. It's a big wage downgrade, but he is willing to accept. That does make Oscar Bob our highest paid player. Now, for once, we've got more money for another signing. And initially, I was thinking centre-back, but I realized we've got quite a bit of depth here. Whereas in the CDM spots, it's only Stark and Amoako. I'm looking at Oscar Højlund for this position. He plays for Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. 85 defending and 82 dribbling. He's also 83 rated. Oh, but Getafe are trying to sign him. But at this stage, we definitely have more pull than Getafe, and we've convinced Højlund to join us. And by the way, converting Oscar Højlund to a CDM and his overall goes up even more. I know it sounds crazy to say this, but maybe we needed Van Dijk's big money departure here, because now our squad looks more balanced than ever, but we gotta prove that by making progress. Top 4 is what I want this season. And oh wow, we're starting off the season against Bayern Munich. I feel like this game could be a great indicator to just see how far we've come. Can we even compete? Not just compete, we've beaten Bayern Munich. What a result. 1860 Munich have finally announced themselves to the world. I have a feeling this is going to be a special season. I told you we were about to pull off something special. Third in the Bundesliga. And to be honest, we weren't far off from winning the title. 6 points away from Borussia Dortmund. Fair enough, they've ended Bayern Munich's dominance. It should have been us though, but we're coming for them. Already we finished above Bayern Munich. And wait a minute, that means next season we don't have to worry about Bayern stealing our players? To be fair, the fact that they stole Van Dijk is probably why we've done so well. And bro, Van Dijk has been like an agent for us, because in 21 games for Bayern, he's only had like 2 goals. Meanwhile, Oscar Bob has had 18 goal contributions. Oscar Højlund has even scored more than Van Dijk from CDM.
Wait! Who are you?
You know who I am.
I do?
Jason Van Dyke, baby.
Nah, bro, I think this team is in the best spot possible. The growth has been solid, and the fact that we've now shown that we can compete with Bayern, even finish above them, it might be time for us to start pushing for more. Winning the Bundesliga now looks like a real possibility. Oh, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing that Champions League money hit 67.8 million, our biggest budget yet. Now, last season itself, I wanted to make improvements to our backline, but of course, we decided to go for Højlund and Oscar Bob. This time, there's an opportunity for us to sign Wouter Goes, 85 rated centre-back, probably the reason Dortmund won the league last year. But we're making a statement signing by bringing him from Borussia Dortmund. I just realized we've just done the most Bayern Munich thing ever. We literally just signed one of Dortmund's best players. I guess to beat Bayern Munich, we just gotta become like them. This is now our 8th season with 1860 Munich, and honestly, I feel the team is ready to win the Bundesliga. We came close last season, but now we've got even more quality, even more squad depth as well, which we are going to need, by the way. Just don't forget, we're in the Champions League as well. But to be honest, I'm not really expecting too much in the Champions League. If we can make it to like the round of 16 and the quarterfinals, that would be a success. But right now, we've got a real opportunity to become champions of Germany. Let's take it. Okay, Champions League, though, has not gone well. We have finished 12th, which means we are going to go into the playoffs. And okay, we get through 6-1 on aggregate. But round of 16, PSV knock us out, man. That is embarrassing. But I did say getting to the round of 16 or quarterfinals was our goal. We weren't really focusing on the Champions League, but we were focusing on the Bundesliga. And with 1 game to go, we have a chance to win the title. But no way. We've got to beat Bayern Munich for it in our home stadium. I mean, this is literally the kind of situation we were trying to build with 1860 Munich. A chance to become a true rival of Bayern. I'm nervous, boys, but I do feel like our team is ready. Look at the growth we've had. Funk is up to an 87. Oscar Bob 87 too. Stark 88. Our highest rated player is Wilhelmsen up top 88. Moment of truth, and yes, we pulled it off. It's Funk with the winner in the 89th minute. From the age of 14, I think we had him in our academy, and he's now won us the Bundesliga. What a way for 1860 Munich to become the best club in Germany. But guys, this rivalry has only just started. If we really want to make the Munich derby one of the biggest in the sport, we're going to have to take 1860 to Champions League glory. That's the only thing that's left. And honestly, with the team we have, I believe it's definitely possible. Winning the Bundesliga has definitely juiced up our budget, 98 million. Now, what can we really do to bring the Champions League to 1860? I mean, every position I've got a player I'm really happy with. At the same time, we could make a statement. Florian Wirtz is available. I think he's having contract issues with Liverpool. We could get him for a deal. One of the highest rated German players playing for 1860. And I mean, Bayern Munich have got Musiala. That'll be one way to compete with them. But we do have a problem. We don't have raw cash to complete this deal. We're going to have to do a swap deal. And of course, since he would be replacing Ali Huari, so I'm just going to put him in this deal. Chuck in 50 million and just see what Liverpool say. Is this something that interests them? And it is. We can make the signing of Wirtz. Okay, the transfer deal has been negotiated, but the wages are going to break our bank. I think we're going to have to pay Wirtz like 400,000. But hey, 1860 are now Bundesliga champions. We can afford this. And who would have thought, boys, when we had a budget of 2 million at the start, that we'd end up signing prime Florian Wirtz, 92 rated cam. I think for us, he's going to be playing in his best position behind the striker with Funk and Bob supporting him. I think this team is ready to win the Champions League. Now, this is a good start. We've sneaked into the top 8, which means we skipped the playoffs. And round of 16, we got Sporting, who we only just about knocked out. But hey, last season, we literally got knocked out here, so it's progress already. Quarterfinals, it was Newcastle, an easy draw. I'd say we knocked them out too. And now we're facing Borussia Dortmund. Honestly, this might be the luckiest run I've seen to a Champions League final. I mean, we literally beat Dortmund to the Bundesliga last year. I think we can knock them out. By the way, look at the amount of 90+ rated players. We've got 4 in the starting 11. Surely that means we're getting the job done here against Dortmund. First leg, 3-1. That should be it. And yup, it definitely is, because second leg we managed to hold out, although it took us into extra time and words had to get the job done. But what matters is with 1860 Munich, after 9 seasons, we've made the Champions League final. City isn't going to be a cakewalk though. Let's just see if we won the Bundesliga. We didn't. And this is bad in case we fail to win the Champions League this season. Next season, Bayern could weaken us by stealing our players. Also, we did win the German Cup, so we missed out on a chance to win the treble. But you know what, boys? Absolutely no regrets. We've built an unbelievable team. Alright, boys, it's now time to finish the job with 1860 Munich. Okay, this is starting to really feel like a training exercise for Man City. We haven't even gotten the ball. And we're up against Erling Haaland, boys, a player who made his career by destroying Bundesliga clubs when he was at Borussia Dortmund. On the breakaway like this, we need to make things count. Oscar Bob has made a really good run. What can we do here? Oh, the pass was horrible. Oscar Bob against his former club. The dribbling there was on point. He keeps going here. Still Oscar couldn't get the shot. In the second half, though, we have put Man City under tremendous pressure. We just need it to count. Come on, man. One of these chances, it needs to really work. I'm passing it around. Here's Funk. It's in tight spaces for him, but he managed to do so well. Just couldn't get the shot. Full time, and I just couldn't find a way to break through that Man City defense. But we've now got another 30 minutes to try. Otherwise, it's going to penalties, which I'm not really excited for. No. Big save from Betke. That could have easily been the Champions League gone. But now on the other end, we might have a chance here. Oh, that is brilliant from Wilhelmsen. How did he manage to pull that off? Just look at the celebrations. The ball was absolutely perfect for Wilhelmsen, but it was this touch. Okay, no, it came off the head of the defender. A bit of luck involved. But to win the Champions League, you need that. And now we've got 10 minutes to hang on. No, not this way. Not this way. I can't believe it, man. Erling Haaland is just inevitable. Silly defending, and we've thrown it away within minutes of scoring. And oh man, penalties begin. You think Haaland is missing? Absolutely not. He's too good. Oscar Bob against your former club. Put it in. There you go. Okay, we just need one save. Betke, come on. One save. And that'll just give us the momentum. He's put it wide. What luck. Now we need to do the job as well. Oscar Højlund. Really good pen. I'm being greedy here, but one more save could really lock things in for us. Come on. And no, he went down the middle. Okay, if Florian Wirtz misses, bro, he's an absolute fraud. But nah, I don't think Wirtz is missing. Wirtz is not missing. There you go. Do I stay down the middle? No. I think he's going to go left. He's going to go left. No, he goes right, but it's missed. It falls for Wilhelmsen, the man who scored in the final for us. He could win us the Champions League now. What is Wilhelmsen going to do? Let's go right. And a solid penalty, and it's done. 1860 Munich have won the Champions League. We've made them the best club in Germany, the best club in Europe. And now we're lifting the trophy to celebrate. It's taken us 9 seasons, but for sure we've made 1860 Munich a true rival of Bayern Munich. Now, if you enjoyed this journey, why not watch me make a true rival for PSG? Click here.